Have you ever remembered a random meme from 3 years ago? A useless piece of gossip. But somehow, you studied a chapter yesterday, and today, you remember almost nothing? Why does our brain do this? In today's video, we're going to explore the psychology behind this strange phenomenon, so let's get started. 1. Your brain filters information. Every day, your brain receives thousands of information. If it tried to remember everything, it would become overwhelmed. So your brain decides what seems important enough to keep. Things that are interesting, emotional, surprising, or repeated are more likely to stay in your memory. That's why you might remember a funny incident from class but forget an entire page from your textbook. The funny incident caught your attention. The textbook probably didn't. 2. Attention is the first step. You can't properly remember something if you weren't paying attention to it. Imagine you're studying while checking your phone every few minutes. You read a paragraph, then check a notification, then come back to the book, then start thinking about something else. You may feel like you've studied for an hour, but your brain didn't get one clear hour of focused learning. So sometimes you didn't actually forget the information. You simply didn't store it properly in the first place. 3. Repetition makes memory stronger. Now think about your favorite song. You might hear it again and again. After some time, you can remember the words without even trying. That's because repetition makes information easier to remember. The same thing works with studying. Reading a chapter only once usually isn't enough. Instead, review it several times over a few days. This is called spaced repetition. You don't have to study the same thing for hours every day. Even short reviews can help strengthen the memory. 4. Your brain loves meaning. You might memorize a definition perfectly today and forget most of it a week later. Why? Because your brain remembers information better when it has meaning. So don't just read a definition over and over. Stop and ask yourself, what is this actually trying to say? Then think of a simple example from everyday life. Once an idea makes sense, it becomes much easier for your brain to remember. 5. Your brain loves connections. We remember things that are connected. A random memory can remind you of a person. That person reminds you of a place. That place reminds you of another memory. Everything becomes connected. Study information can work the same way. For example, if you're studying marketing, connect the topic to a brand you already know. If you're studying economics, connect it to something you see in everyday life. The more connections you make, the easier the information can be to remember. Maybe the problem was never your memory. Maybe it was the way you were studying. We naturally remember things that capture our attention, create strong connections, and get repeated over time. So why not use the same principles when you study? For this, make the study topics interesting. Review it regularly. Test yourself instead of simply rereading. And most importantly, give your brain a reason to remember. Because your brain can remember more than you think. If you found this video helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more simple, psychology-based videos that help you learn smarter.